now.
All right, so New Game in Order, we are back, and we're still doing our PSAs. So if anybody had any topics you wanted to shed some light on that we didn't cover in the main show, now is the time to do so. I'm pretty sure Nelson has some. So Nelson, you got anything?
Yeah, hold on. Sorry about that. I was talking to a viewer on our channel. Alright, so let's bring up some of the stuff that you put on Facebook that will be considered PSAs.
Okay. Oh, matter of fact, I'll give them the link to where we do. I get most of the topics.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Let's see if we can find a good PSA. We don't need to talk about that sports thing because we already had a special on that. That's too much.
Yeah.
We can do the dad who punished his kid by forcing him to break the console.
Oh yeah. All right.
All right. So
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Because Demizzle, you did do a video on it, so you know you could shed some light on that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what had happened was this video that's going viral, and this kid got bad grades, and his dad forced him to take a sledgehammer to his Xbox 360 and his Xbox One. Now, where I have the problem, like, let me get this out of the way off the top. I have no problem with the actual punishment because it's something that happened to me when I was a kid. When I got bad grades, my mom, in the 4th grade, I came home one semester with C's and D's, and what she did was she made me get the Nintendo out of my room, put it in the living room. She got the hammer out the toolbox and made me break the Nintendo. And
Demizzle's mom don't play. I remember her from back in the day. I was like, hold on, what the heck?
and looking back at it, it was totally justified punishment because my grades was slipping, and I eventually got a new one when my grades picked back up later that year. But I had no problem with the punishment. Where I have the problem is like, there was no need to videotape it because, especially in this day and age, nothing that's uploaded to the internet truly goes away.
Yeah.
Like, this video is gonna be all over on Facebook, Vine, YouTube,
World Star.
There's gonna be memes of it, and like, this is gonna inflict long-lasting emotional damage to this kid. Like, when I got punished, my mom didn't break out the Polaroid and take pictures of it. She didn't break out the VHS.
Slapping that picture, yo.
You know, she didn't break out the VHS camcorder and start taping it. She didn't make copies of the tape and distribute it to her friends. She didn't invite my friends over to watch me break my Nintendo. It was just me and her in the living room with the hammer and the Nintendo. I was mad and embarrassed at the time, but that's as far as it went.
But you know, Demizzle, the problem also too is the age that we're in, everything is shared. So, see, like punishments, like, okay, the kid had to pull the Thor hammer to his freaking
shut up.
See,
you know what I mean?
But that's the thing. That's something I think our generation got wrong because it's our generation that's doing it.
Yep.
Like, there's no need for viral social media parenting. This is something that should be done between you and the kid. That's it. It's attention whoring at the highest level is how I feel. And it's not just this one instance. It's like anytime you go on Facebook, you see this, oh, this like woman is whipping her kid's ass for having sex with a teenager. That's what teenagers do. They have sex. Like,
yeah,
then you
let
got,
me go ahead.
Then you got the dad being videotaped running a lawnmower over his son's Xbox and his games. I'm like, come on, really?
Nah,
what about the dad?
Man. Nah, he was a grown man, yo. He was he wouldn't get a job. That was different.
Not that dude. There's another one that I've seen.
Yo, that jump was funny, yo. He ran over.
Bro, what about that dad that pulled the gun? Was it on the phone or it was a console? Like, yeah, he put like.
Yeah, it initially started with this dude named Tommy Jordan, and I follow him on Facebook. Like, we talk every now and then, so I know exactly who you're talking about. Like, he videotaped himself, like he fixed his daughter's laptop because he's a computer technician, and he fixed his daughter's laptop, and due to his daughter acting bad, what he did was he shot up the laptop and made her replace the parts as well as the bullets that he used to shoot the laptop. And I feel that this viral parenting is just stupid. It really is. It's attention whoring. It's like, look how good of a parent that I am. I have to show you how good of a parent that I am because you won't take me at my word, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, to piggyback on that, I am a single father. I know exactly where you come. I looked at that video. I was like, you know, where were you as the father in your son's education? I mean, did you help him with his homework? Did you help him look up stuff? I mean, were you at the school? Did you attend PTA meetings? You know, it's just, you know, it falls back. You're basically slut shaming your son on an international forum, you know, which is forever. And you know, parenting comes into this. You as a parent have to execute reasonable judgment on how you dole out punishment, and I've never done that with my son. I've never, okay, never mind. Look, I whooped ass. Okay, you know, the grounding, the taking.
Yes, you have canned hash. He said canned hash, ladies and gentlemen.
No, whoop pass. That's what he. Shut up, dude. But you see, and not to interrupt, but I know where NYC Playboy is coming from. That, you know, like if I was having issues, or you know, like disciplinary issues, which is rare. Like that's the first thing they did. They went after my Super Nintendo, my Saturn, my PlayStation. Like it was like, oh, you want me to get to you? I'm gonna get to your gaming. Like, damn, that's like, okay. You know, like. I'm just saying, that's low down, you know what I mean? But hey, the stuff is replaceable. But I get where Demizzle's coming from, and I understand where NYC Playboy is coming from. But I think the common denominator is, like, the parent going after the console was more or less like, hey, I gotta get to you. Like, hello, you know, focus, snap out of it. Like, hey, look, I need you to do something. And sometimes kids can get really engrossed in their hobbies, and you know, destroying the console is a bit much. My parents just took it away, and I didn't see it for 9 months. And by the time they gave it back, you know, another system was about to come out. You know, when I was younger. You know, so they could have taken a lesser approach. They didn't have to broadcast it. I mean,
yeah.
But it could have been handled differently.
Like I think it's dumb to destroy it because y'all probably the ones who paid for it in the first place. So you got what, $600 worth of stuff that you just destroyed. I mean, do what my dad did, but on a higher level. He would take the power cord. He wouldn't take the whole system.
Yeah.
He would take the power. I mean, granted, he put it in the top of his closet, and I got home from school before him, so I got my little hour in, but I had to put it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, be smart. But I have a little bit of insight because I work with kids, and the reason they do that is because, like, this day and age, and I don't agree with what they did broadcasting it, but this day and age, that's what it really takes to hit them, because they care about so much being popular on social media and what their friends think that you can punish them at home all the time, but if nobody knows about it, you're going to be working 2, 3, 4 times as hard for it to be effective. But when you put something on social media and that embarrassment comes in, it's instant, you know. But
that's
like
a form of negative reinforcement, like embarrassing and shaming them. You know?
Which is why I say I don't agree with it. And like Playboy said, these parents, y'all got to get involved, man. You got to be involved in the school. If your child is failing, it shouldn't be a surprise that they're failing. You should have known it was coming, meaning maybe my child needs to get tested for something. It should never be, you know what I mean? Oh my God, what do you mean you're failing? Especially at elementary or middle school.
Oh, and you know what? I wanted to respond to Ghost Missile. I think it's better to destroy a system than to whoop ass. Console hits a gamer to. Here's the thing: if I'm a parent and I purchased that, you know, with part of my paycheck, what could have went to a bill, I'm like, I'm gonna get my money's worth. Shoot, I'm not destroying like a $500 thing. You know what I mean? Well, but everybody has a different approach to it. But Nelson, you're gonna say something.
I see. The thing is, my mom is like really old school. I don't know if it's like a Hispanic thing. Well, this is how I was raised. Thank God it didn't happen to me. But it happened to my cousin. Apparently, we just recently got him Xbox One. He's about, I think, 14 now, I believe. And he is fucking up horrifically in school, doing horribly bad in grades. And instantly, the mentality of his father was like, you know what? You want to be a dick? You want to fuck up in school? I taught you well. You just want to act up because you're trying to fit in with a crowd that I specifically told you not to? Alright. Got the console, blew this shit up with fucking firecrackers and like a whole bunch of other shit.
Unbelievable.
And the reason, and this is his thing. This is his thing. And I stay true to this because I'm the same way. It's, at the end of the day, it's materialistic. You can always buy another one. You cannot buy another life back. You cannot go back into time and get a school. You can't fuck shit up that you really need to focus on. So get your shit together in school, do what you gotta do, and I will buy your one supposed again materialistic item to form itself in front of you to fucking play the game. I don't give a shit if it costs even $1,000. I'll blow that shit
money.
up. See, the thing, it doesn't matter with me. That's just probably with my family, but it doesn't matter. Same thing like with my cousin. She acts up in school. My mom's like, oh, word? Gets all her shit, throws all her toys out, the TV, everything. Fuck you. You ain't doing shit. Fuck you. Done. And then when she acts good, slowly gets it back. And if you act up again, takes it right back. That's just how it is. Some people do it the real way, and some people it's just like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna save my money because I'm a broke-ass person or I can't afford everything. Take the power cord. Yet you can't do that no more because power cords are accessible to everything now. The same power cord I use for my cable box works for all my consoles.
Yeah, because
doesn't work no more. That
yeah.
trick is out the fucking window. If you really want to embarrass them, snip all the cords. Done. At least it's cheaper.
Yeah, it's just for me. I'm just an old school, stern disciplinarian. You know, all the taking away of the toys and yada yada yada. No, I am teaching you. I am trying to reinforce respect for authority and discipline. You know, I told my son, don't ever let your teacher, your principal, whoever call you, you know, just because you're 17 years old, I will beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
You know,
Rib shots.
You know, just, I mean, it is, you know, I never understood the taking away of things, you know, you know, it does, in the real world, it don't quite work out that way. You know, the only thing that really affects that affects behavior is the taking away of freedom, taking away stuff, you know, that, you know, which you will get back eventually. The bad behavior is still being exhibited. So yeah, just so that you know, parenting is different nowadays because
we're in a different era.
My father and my uncles beat the hell out of us. No.
You're absolutely right.
Now you know what? Playboy Black Dragon can identify with you because he's a single parent himself, and he put the one video of that girl, who the 13-year-old who tried to say she was 19 and she got whooped. I mean, she got whooped, and yeah, you know what? Pain is a reminder, like, you know, don't do this, don't do that. But it was brutal, bro. It was brutal, and to televise that or broadcast that's a bit much. Like, yeah, you don't have to double slam them. It's like one punishment to fit the crime. Fine, you go out their consoles and you know, trying to hurt everything back to that. Yeah, you know.
And the biggest X factor, and I'm not a parent. Again, just me working with kids. The biggest X factor is, you know, it's hard for us to say anything because we would have to assume that you know that that's your child, so you know what's effective with your child and what isn't. Some kids can get a beating every day and have the same behavior, but if you say, you know what, you're not getting a candy bar for a month, you might get an angel. So it really depends on how that child is raised and psychologically what gets to them. Because yeah, I used to get whoopings too, but as I got older, because I had respect and I actually cared about how my parents felt about me and my performance, it went from that to punishment. And punishment was way worse for me because I knew I did something to disappoint my parents, who I love and respected. And that was always the worst. We would sit down and have a conversation, and they're like, you know, we expected better. You know, so we're gonna have to take 1, 2, 3, 4 from you, and that junk hurt, yo. Cause I mean, a whooping, once you get whooped, that 10 or 15-minute whooping, it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's over. Versus,
but if you know that's gonna happen again, then that's like that's gonna be a deterrent. You know what I mean? Like like my youngest sister, I pretty much raised her since the age of 2, right? I only had to do that one time. One time. You know, she was a good kid. You know what I mean? And there's some kids that just need extra beatings. Like my biological brother, like they used to have to break him down. Like, hold on.
And now again with the legal system, if a child goes to school and says such and such, like a teacher is obligated to call ESS, whether it was you punishing them for a whooping or not. Like now it's like you do that and it comes out, you're going to prison, dang near, or they're trying to take your kid from you. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's
people are too sensitive nowadays, you know what I mean? Because we're from a generation where I'm pretty sure it's safe to say we got beatings and whatnot, but turned out all right.
Yeah,
you know,
ain't no whooping. You right? You get beaten.
Yeah. So, but you know what? I didn't know. This topic just took on a nature of itself. I don't know if we can snip it again.
We'll snip it again, and I'm taking over from that point on. So everyone finish up with this topic before I make the cut.
I just wanted to shine a light on Google Fiber's expansion plans. You know, so they added 4 more cities to the list of upcoming Google Fiber cities. They're finally on the East Coast. You know. Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte, Atlanta, and Nashville.
And I think Georgia was one of them.
And they skipped over me in South Carolina. They did North Carolina and Georgia, but forgot about the state in the middle. I'm getting off. And I have an Xfinity store 15 miles from my house, but we don't have. I'm done.
All right.
Well, I mean,
Nuke.
Oh, but before you guys go into further topics, let Nelson get a chance to snip it, and then go.
So all right, guys, we're gonna cut this one yet again, and finally go into PSAs.
Yeah, so Nelson's gonna lead the PSAs. Nelson, I have to take a quick phone call, but you got control, man. I'm just gonna disable my camera, and your point, man.
All right.